Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the second My Neuroprogrammer course by Jake Ducey. This course is focused on law of attraction and the scientific aspects of law of attraction. So it is more of a neuroscience approach in helping people to get the law of attraction to work for them. So if you're someone who has done visualizations and a lot of meditations, yet for some reason you cannot get the whole manifestation process to work for you, then this is a worthwhile course to check out. Now, Second Mind Neuroprogrammer is the signature course created by Jake Ducey. And Jake Ducey, if you're not familiar with him, he's a popular YouTuber on this topic. He has published a couple of books as well. He's a famous public motivational speaker, and he knows his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. So when I heard about this course, I was very interested in it, and the way it was presented, I purchased it right away. Now, I took this course a couple of years back. At the time, I was having issues in my life. There were certain things that I was looking to. There were certain desires that I had that I wanted to manifest. And it was just challenging during the time period I was in because I had given birth to my second child. I was a new mom with a full-time job. And, I was operating like 95% of the people out there. I was in a very negative mindset. There were just a lot of issues. Right now when I look back, I had a very negative vibration, and there were some clear reasons why I could never get manifestation to work for me. And that's when Second Mind came into my life, and it benefited me in a lot of ways. However, this is not to say that there's no flaws with the course. There are things that I loved about the course, but then there are things that I do not like about the course as well. And this course is not for everyone. So if you're someone who's looking to purchase this course, but you're on the fence with your purchasing decision, then this is a video that you should definitely watch. The Second My Neuroprogrammer is, honestly, it's different than a lot of courses that I've seen. If I were to be really honest, I don't think I've ever seen any course that is like the Second My Neuroprogrammer. The only course that I think that comes close to it is the one by the Mind Movies creator. I think it's called the Ultimate Success Masterclass. That's the only one that I can think of. And even that, like, I feel that the Second My Neuroprogrammer is definitely a lot more powerful than the standard Mind Movies that are that I have seen before, because the way the Neuroprogrammer works is it's a piece of software. They almost embed it with all these different frequencies, with these brain entrainment frequencies and meditation, visualization, really incorporating all your five senses into this crazy visualization experience where you watch this track for like 15-20 minutes in the morning, and you just feel fired up and you feel very positive, like you feel in a very positive vibration. And that is something that I really appreciated about this course. I'll go into a detailed review a little bit later in the video, but I really struggled with putting all these law of attraction rituals into my day-to-day, because I was a new mom. I did not, like, I was in 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep. I did not have the time to spend 20 minutes on meditation, 20 minutes on visualization. It was like way too much at that time. But at the same time, I was in such a bad place that I had to get out of it, and I was looking for almost like a shortcut, like how can I do this fast and do it effectively. And that is why I purchased the Second Mind. And it at the time, it helped me do just that. It helped me get into a very positive space. But that is not all to the course. The Second Mind Neuroprogrammer course is different, of course, because of that piece of software. But then there's all these lecture series, and it's almost like having a coach in a box, because he gives you these motivational lectures, but it's almost like structured in a way as to how you should be living your life in order to get the success that you want. I love the fact that he says that success doesn't come overnight, and there's a certain mindset to it, and he goes over all those different aspects of your life that you should be focusing on. Now, I could be wrong, but as I went through the lecture series that he has, I personally thought that this is the same approach that he probably takes in coaching his students, because the exercises and the way he was talking about it, it's almost like he uses that same approach within his life, and he uses the same approach for his students, because he mentioned a few of his coaching students in that lecture series as well. In addition, you get a couple of his courses. So there's I believe it's 2 seminars, and there's a few. There's this another course called the Subconscious Boot Camp, where he has a bunch of hypnosis tracks as well. So he does have a lot of extra content. But for the purposes of this review, I'm going to be focusing more on the second, my Neuroprogrammer, and second, my lecture series. I think those two things really make the crux of this course, and they're very powerful when used correctly. Again, there's work here, right? You have to put in the work. You have to watch the videos every day. The exercises he has, especially if you're trying to attract success, you kind of have to do the things that he asks you to do in the lecture series. Go through those exercises, really become intentional as to how you're being productive and how you're completing your tasks, and dedicating your time to these high priority tasks. So there's work there, and you should be doing everything. Like, if I were to say the one thing I didn't like about the course was the way it is hyped, that, oh, this is the only thing you will need. This piece of software is going to change your life. And it's true. That software is pretty powerful. But especially if you're trying to attract success, you do have to do the work in the lecture series as well. I don't think the second My Neuroprogrammer is going to work on its own. Like, it will help you do things in a more efficient way. But there is the other piece as well. So when I took the course, again, I was in a very I wasn't in a very good place in my life, because I had just given birth to my second child, and I was a new mom. I was sleep deprived, and I even at work, I was not in a good place, because I had this new manager, and I was really worried before my maternity leave that I would come back and you know, this person, this manager doesn't really know me, and when you come back from maternity leave, you're not exactly on your A game, and it's just going to be crazy, because I did not really have a good feeling that I would get along with that person. The crazy thing is that when I started the Neuroprogrammer, my entire mindset started changing. I started becoming more mindful. I noticed that I was a lot more positive throughout the day, and my manager was actually amazing. There was a rough start when I first came back, but after that, things were so good. In fact, I was at a point where I got along with him more than I did with my old boss. It was almost like I was almost meeting a new person. And then there were some people that I had issues with within the team. Either they were changing the team, or they were getting new jobs, or like they were just not interacting with me. It was synchronicities that I experienced after I saw my mindset shift. The other thing that I noticed was, while I was doing all of that, I was also trying to create the side income with this business project idea of mine. And within 2 months of taking Neuroprogrammer, I took a lot of action, and I was able to successfully launch that idea in a few weeks. So in about 2 months, I was able to pre-launch it. And another thing that comes to my mind is I was taking bigger and bolder actions. So I was always the kind who was very, very shy. Like, I hated asking for help. Like, I would die before I asked for help. And the whole idea of collaborating with others just scared the bleep out of me. And what I did was crazy. I reached out to someone who within that industry was one of the most prominent people, and I just approached them for a partnership. I said, hey, you know, I'm interested in having your content in my thing, and will you be willing to do it? This is my proposal. And initially they did not respond, and I did it 2 times, 3 times, and then they came back to me and they agreed. Which for me was a breakthrough, because I don't think I would have done that without the Neuroprogrammer course. I would have figured out another way that was harder if it meant that I did not have to ask for help, but I chose to ask for help. And to me, that was huge, because that was my limiting belief, and I truly believe the Neuroprogrammer tracks helped me in a way rewire that. One of the most miraculous things I think that happened to me after doing the Neuroprogrammer was that I started getting offers and proposals just 1 month within my launching. I barely had any following. It wasn't that I wasn't working hard. I was working hard, but I didn't have a huge social media following, and I wasn't doing much else in terms of paid advertising or anything. And somehow this one person found me, and she had this cancer initiative, and she wanted to use my product towards that, which means my product would get exposure to all these big hospitals and whatnot. And I thought that was a really crazy, synchronistic, lucky thing to happen to me right after I took the course, because usually I do not consider myself a very lucky person. I have never won a raffle or a lottery ticket or anything, so I never expect lucky things to happen to me. And in a way, this program made me lucky, if that makes sense. So that are my positive experiences with the course. And it's not just me. I have gone to, they have a Facebook community, although it's not a private Facebook community, it is a public Facebook community, and you can go there as well. You'll be able to see the reviews. There's a lot of people who have had positive experiences with the course, like these crazy changes in their lives after they started doing the course and watching these videos on a regular basis. Okay, so let's get to the big positive points. Like, obviously, my success story is great. I did find success with it. It helped me change my vibration. I really like the way that the course was made. It is very high quality. Like, it's almost like you're watching a high quality documentary. So that made it very easy for me to watch it and really get motivated. Like, every time I watch a video, I just find myself motivated, right? And it's not just the Neuroprogrammer tracks, even the Second Mind lecture series. When I watch it, I feel motivated and I feel unstoppable, which I loved. There is a refund policy that I think I appreciated. There's a 30-day refund policy. However, there is the wording, I have not used it, so I don't know how well it works, but they said if after you try this for 30 days and it doesn't work for you, we will refund your money back. So I don't know if they have a way of tracking that. I wouldn't think so, but again, if you're someone who's on the fence and someone who ends up having buyer's remorse, that is just something to think about, because it is not a no questions asked guarantee, right? It is more like, hey, try it. It's a trial for you, and if you truly try it and don't like it, then we will refund it back to you. What I did not like about the course. So I think there are a couple of things that I don't like about this course. One, I do think when you get past a certain level, you kind of need to have a dedicated meditation practice. I personally feel that way. Like, you need to, in order for you to carry that energy, you just have to have that dedicated routine and that dedicated practice. And Neuroprogrammer can only take you so far. Like, I think it's a great thing to have to your routine, but it's not the only thing to your routine. Like, I feel that you personally need other things as well in addition to just the Neuroprogrammer tracks, or you could increase the frequency. I think that may help. That is something I have not tried, but I know that there were some people on the group who were listening to these tracks like 4 times a day, 5 times a day, and that's amazing, and that's something I never did, so I cannot attest to it. The other thing that I did not like in the course is that while I saw success stories, while I had a success story myself, I have never mentioned Jake saying that he uses Neuroprogrammer, the Second Mind Neuroprogrammer course himself. I love courses where the creators use those principles themselves, because then it tells me that, hey, if they could do it and they could get to that level, I can do it as well. But again, I don't know if maybe he does use them, but he has never mentioned it, and I have a pretty strong feeling he doesn't use this process himself. I do believe that he uses the process that he laid out in the Second Mind lecture series. I do believe that is something he uses, but like the whole Neuroprogrammer software, I don't know if he uses that. The last thing that I did not like about the course is that Jake, sometimes he sent out these affiliate links, these ClickBank affiliate links about these certain courses. So for example, one time I got this thing called 1K a day, and he said, oh, it's the best way to make money in the middle of a pandemic and whatnot. And I was desperate at the time, and I trusted Jake and I followed his recommendation. I bought the course, and it turned out to be a very spammy course. I really respect Jake's work. I think Neuroprogrammer is an amazing course, but I wish he would have personally vetted the course before recommending it to people that trusted him. The last thing that I did not like about the course was that you have to listen to these tracks every single day for it to work for you, right? So like, I noticed that if any day I skip the tracks, I wouldn't feel so good. it was a regular practice. Now, I don't consider this a negative anything in life, right? Even at the point where I am in my life, I still have to have a dedicated practice. On the days when I don't, I do feel that shift and my day doesn't go as well. So that is something to keep in mind. It is not a magic pill. Like, it's not, you cannot expect to listen to it for like a couple of months and think that, oh, you're going to change completely. Neural pathways do form. Neuroplasticity is a thing. You do start thinking positive, and I am a true testament to that. Like, the person that I was such a negative person, and now my first thought is always going back to the positive. So you can change, of course, but it does take a long amount of time, and it really takes a dedicated practice. So that's something to keep in mind. So what are the alternatives to this course? There are a couple of alternatives out there, but like I said before, there's nothing like Neuroprogrammer, especially the piece of software that they have. It incorporates so much. So the Neuroprogrammer, it incorporates all the five senses. Like, you can engage all your five senses into visualization. It includes a meditation within it. It includes hypnosis. It includes so much. And I have not seen any videos like that before. As someone who struggled with visualizing things, I found the Neuroprogrammer software to be groundbreaking, because it really changed my visualization game at the time. The only close comparison I have for the Neuroprogrammer is Mind Movies, if you're looking for something cheaper. But Mind Movies still, I don't think it works the same way as the second Mind Neuroprogrammer. Like, there's that visualization. They have these images, like a slideshow playing with this upbeat music and these affirmations, but it doesn't have the meditation aspect, the hypnosis aspect, and the brainwave entrainment aspect that Neuroprogrammer has. Would I recommend this course? I would recommend this course with a caveat. I really think it depends on where you are in your personal development and spiritual journey. If you're at a point where you are very disciplined, where you have a morning routine, you do feel that you're lucky, you always invite positive experiences into your life, yet there's some limiting beliefs maybe here and there that are, you think, maybe blocking you, then there are other courses that you can check out. Especially if you're looking to attract abundance and money into your life, there are other courses that may work better for you. However, if you're someone who still has a little bit of a negative mindset, who struggles with being in a positive vibration for the dominant part of your day, who wants to attract miracles in all areas of your life and has a limited amount of time to do that, to put in all these things within your routine, then I think Neuroprogrammer, the second Mind Neuroprogrammer, is a course that you should check out. Again, the lecture series was just phenomenal, and the software itself, it is a game changer when it comes to your daily routine. I hope this video has helped you in any way, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I have left the link to the course in the description down below. If you do purchase using that link, and if you have any questions about how I use the course and how I was able to do the things that I did, feel free to IM me, and I'll DM me, and I'll respond back to you. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.